Hey guys. So yes, I am sitting here currently in my sweater, my hoodie, because I am cold. And I know you're probably saying to yourself, but you live in Florida. You live in Orlando. Why are you cold? Because I just am. It's in the 60s, and I know for a lot of people in other places that's warm. It's just really, really windy outside. So when it's really windy and the temperatures are lower, it feels colder than it really is. But the buildings in Florida were not made for cold. They were not insulated that way. So what happens is here, when it's chilly outside, 60s, 50s, especially in the night, it'll sometimes go down 30s, 40s, in some places even in the 20s. Yes, that happens in Florida, for those that don't know. That cold stays like stuck inside your house, your apartment, your condo, whatever you live in, if you don't have the right insulation, like in places where it's normally cold, where you do have it. So then when it gets a little warmer during the day, even if it stays chilly outside, that cold just stays inside. And then it's the same thing in the summer, like when it's 90, 95 degrees and it's hot, and then it gets hot inside, that heat will just stay inside. And that's why, we have central air and we have central heating, and I had to turn the heat on because it just was not warming up inside here. The cold from last night, it just kind of like stood in here, and I'm kind of chilled. That, and my hair's not combed or anything. I'm a mess, so I figured I'd keep my hood on. So I have a small haul here. I went to a different Goodwill last night. It was in another city, another county over. I only spent $9. I always round off, so it was like $8 and change after taxes, and then I always round off, so $9. It was also about 7 o'clock in the evening, and when I never go to a thrift shop that late. I'm always there usually when the doors open at 9 a.m. Excuse me, this location closed at 8, even though it said 9 online. 8 because of sanitizing and everything. The location is fairly large, and it's in a really nice area. So we all know that depending on the demographics of the area where your Goodwill is at, excuse me, or any thrift shops, it's going to depend on the type of items that you find. So this location was nice, clean. They didn't have many shelves. They were a mess. Like in every Goodwill I've been to, I rarely have found any Goodwills where it's nice and organized, like I've seen in some people's videos. What they do have a lot of there is clothing. That's what I noticed. It's a large Goodwill, but they had lots and lots of racks. So they had lots of clothing and linens and stuff like that, but mostly clothing. I looked through the purses and stuff, didn't find anything. Plus, I went in there with the notion of, I don't think I'm going to find anything because it's kind of late and people come early and all the good stuff tends to be gone by this time. And they weren't putting anything new out at that time. They did have some bins out that they just had like in the middle of of the aisle. There wasn't much, at least not for me, that I found in the bins. So I looked through the shelves. What's funny is I didn't take a cart or a basket or anything, because like I said, I didn't think I was gonna find anything. So of course I found one piece and then I found another, and I was like, what do? I don't want to go all the way back to the front of the store to go get a cart or whatever. So they had, this Goodwill actually had like a basket section, because mine's doesn't really have that. They have baskets, but they tend to be scattered. So I went to the basket section, grabbed a basket and started putting my items in there, which was pretty convenient, because all I did was like put the basket over my arm right here, and I had it like this, and whatever I found, like I put in. So I did find a couple of things. Some items will be resold, others I think I'm gonna keep to make my fairy gardens. I made some already from vintage items, and a couple of them already sold. I think I still have maybe two or three left, but everything else sold at my last market in December. So I figured, I think it's time to make like one or two more. Also, I wanted to address the turtle purse from my last video. This item, I've decided that I want to try and put it up for auction. I don't like 7-day auctions. I'm a very impatient person when it comes to things like that. I'm thinking of doing a 3-day auction with this. Now, I did my research on it and everything, and as I had explained in the last video, the maker is Edgist Leather Studios, with its little maker mark right there. This is a handmade piece. My research took me to a Facebook page that has not been active since 2014, and an Etsy shop that the last any like feedback or anything that was posted in 2016. Excuse me. The artist doesn't seem to be making their items anymore. They were located in Clearwater, Florida. This item was sourced in Orlando, Florida. And what I have been able to figure out by doing my research about this piece, when I went on eBay to look to see if there was anything similar, unfortunately, and when I say unfortunately is because it seems that there are some companies who have replicated this artist's work, and I am assuming that, but I actually have a really good feeling that this is what happened. Their work was starting to be replicated by these bigger companies, and they decided to just stop making their items. Unfortunately, this happens with a lot of small handmade businesses or hobbyists. These big companies will come along and they'll steal their designs and they'll start mass producing them. Sometimes they'll end up like on AliExpress or something, and the artists really, they're small artists. They don't have the money to legally go after these companies usually. And there really isn't much you can do, because without a copyright and a patent, which are very expensive and not easy to get, you can't do much when it comes to having your design stolen, which is sad. So I found about maybe 2 or 3 listings, 2 sold, no, I think they were all sold, with similar, and I say similar, almost exact, yes, of these, one was green, one was like red, and then there's another one where the turtles are a different shape, the bags. So with this one, this would be an authentic original by the actual original artist, not a mass-produced piece, not a piece that was designed stolen by another company. So whoever were to win the auction on this, purchase it, would have an original piece by the original artist, who doesn't seem to be no longer making any of their items. So this is going to be going up probably sometime today on my eBay, and I'll make sure to put the link below to my eBay. If you're interested, it will be up there for 3-day auction. Spread the word to your friends. Maybe they might be interested in bidding. But that's what's going to go on with this little guy right here. This is pure leather. It's all 100% genuine leather. Handmade, hand-stitched. It does have wear to it, but that's normal. That normal wear that leather has. It's the same on the inside, just like this. But that is a handmade piece, so you can't expect it to be perfect, pristine condition. All right, so let's get to the items that I found. Everything is fragile, breakable, like always. This sugar, I grabbed this sugar because I want to use it for a fairy garden. We have like a glare going on here from the light from the window. I really like the print on it. Of course, the lid will not be used if I use it for a fairy garden, unless someone is interested in this to purchase it. Then, you know, the lid of course will come. It was 99 cents. I didn't get anything with the color of the week. The color of the week is yellow. I saw no yellow tags on those shelves. And as always, I am removing the label from the bottom, the price tag, to reveal the markings. And the markings says Mikasa, fine ivory, Marquez, I believe it says, and then it has a number, D1006, Japan. So that is the markings on the bottom of the sugar. Yes, you can see my doggy back there. Well, one of them is back there and the other one is behind here in the other dog bed. So this little cutie will either end up in as a fairy garden or sold if someone is interested in it. Again, you just gotta let me know below if you want it, because that one I most likely will not be listing it in my eBay shop if I'm going to use it for a craft project. Now towards the end of my trip, like when I got to the end there, I found this dish. I thought it was cute. It does have some, what is that, crazing to it. It's shaped like a seashell and it has floral pattern on it. Again, this one was 99 cents. And see, it does have markings on the bottom, which I was able to see some of them, but not all of them. So I was like, okay. So let's see. So, because it has a sticker, Andrea by Sadek, made in Japan. But then under the Goodwill price sticker, it actually has like markings on it. Corona by Andrea. That's the markings on the bottom. So I don't know, I'll look it up and stuff. It has that crazing to it. It has on the back, they're not cracks. They are not cracks. They are that crazing type of thing that happens to the glaze on ceramics. There's one here. and there's somewhere over here, and then on the plate itself there is some in here. But I mean, it's cute. I believe it is vintage. And I will most likely, if I don't put this on eBay, I'll just take it with me to my next market next month and sell it with my other vintage items. But if anyone's interested in it, let me know. It's very cute. It has like a green trim around it. So I'll give you a good price if you're interested in that one. She wrapped everything up very nice. Then there's this box, $1.99 with this. I looked this over and looked it over and looked it over so much because it was wrapped, and I hate when things are wrapped, but sometimes it's hard to see. I think it's worse though when they're taped. It has a gold trim on the lid. It says, I mean, it does say it was made in China in the bottom. Tiny little sticker. But, I mean, I liked it because it reminded me of something my grandmother had. It's heart shape, and Valentine's Day is coming. It looks like it's in pretty good condition. Yeah, it's in pretty good condition. I mean, it has some weird, I don't know if that's paint or that's just the ceramic on it. But this is the size of it. It feels like it's maybe porcelain. And it has a very pretty raised design of roses. Very, very pretty. And it goes all the way around. And then it has little feet. The feet do have some wear to them from wherever the person had it. So this one will be going for sale in my eBay, or I most likely will take it with me to the market, because even though it's made in China, it could have been made in China in the 90s, because it does look like it's vintage. Like I said, it reminds me of something my grandmother had on her dressing table. Two more items. Another $1.99 item. This one I specifically bought it for Fairy Garden. And it looks like someone was trying to sell it maybe at like a garage sale or something, because it has a 50-cent sticker on the bottom. It does have a marking on the bottom, an R right there. I don't know what that is. I don't know what it means. But this scene on it is all raised and glazed and everything. It really caught my eye, and I thought it would make a cute fairy garden. Here's another sticker that says CO25 on it on the side. I don't know if maybe somebody had this in their antique booth or something with that sticker, and that's like the code. And then they try to get rid of it at like a garage sale or something with that 50 cents. I have no idea. But it has around it this type of barn type of scene and design, and then the print. So this was probably like a gravy boat. But this is definitely gonna be a fairy garden, this one, because the very large one I had from Japan, what was that? International China from Japan one. That one, I sold that one with the gnome garden and everything that I made. I sold that for about $40, I believe it was, or something. So this is the very last piece, and this was the first piece I found. $1.99. It does feel like it's hand painted. Very pretty vase. It has weight to it. The bottom part here is very thick and heavy. I mean, I looked it over and looked it over and looked it over in the store before buying it. It's very pretty. But the reason I said I grabbed it was because it had a sticker on the bottom and a marking, which I just saw after I took off the tag. The marking says PH, and that is for Princess House Cottage, made in Romania. So this is Romanian glass, I believe is what they would say. I think it's beautiful. They're like tulips, hand painted. Needs to be cleaned up, but it's beautiful. It's pretty. It's heavy. So this one, this is all green here. This one will be going up in the eBays, and it has this green trim like here, hand painted as well. So this will probably go up in the eBays. If it turns out to be vintage, I most likely will be taking it with me to the market as well next month, but this will be an eBay piece. So again, anyone's interested in any of these items except for the gravy boat, because I really want to make a garden with that one, just let me know below, and we'll talk, or you can always check out my eBay. Again, the turtle purse is gonna go up for 3-day auction, and that will be up sometime today. All right guys, so that's it for this video. I know it was a small haul, but it was still something, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon in the next one. All right guys, see you later. Bye.